I had filmed an intro talking about what I was going to be doing and then realised I had music playing the entire time and can't use that anymore. So yeah, so this is my TBR shelf. All the books have been organised. You can't see it, but I figured a way of kind of having the books that I wanted to have on display. So this is my TBR shelf, and then this book here until this here, including this book, until this gap here, so this book here, this is my TBR shelf, and this is my TBR shelf. So there's a lot of books. So what I'm basically going to do is just kind of pull out a book, and as I pull the books out, I will put them in piles on the floor here. One pile will be books to read this year, and one pile will be books to read whenever. And then as I put them back, I'll kind of decide the closer they are to this side of the wall, which is closest to my bed, is the sooner I want to read them. We're going to start, I think this is book one. It's Sharp's Tiger by Bernard Cornwell. I recently read the Warlock Chronicles by Bernard Cornwell and they ruined me. But Dad said that those are his saddest books, and the Sharp series he's still writing. So, but my dad's decided I can read them, which is very exciting. I think this is the first one. He's out at the moment, so I can't ask him. So even if this isn't the first one, this is just going to fill in for where the first one will go. Yeah, so this is a read this year. The next book is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. There's always a first time to save the world. I bought this because I think I had like a certain amount of money to spend. I bought this back in 2020 November. It was my birthday, or just before my birthday, and there was a sudden, like a 2-week lockdown that was going to be, my birthday was in the middle of it. So the week before the lockdown, we had a little party with our cousins at a coffee shop that my dad used to work at, and there's a Waterstones near it. So me and Abby walked down to the Waterstones, and I got Dear Evan Hansen, this, and something else. I found it. I was going through the story archives and it was a post. It was Re-Rising was the other book I got. It took a very long time to find. But yeah, I have no intention of reading that anytime soon. So that is in the any year pile. The next two books are book 1 and 2 in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. I've watched the movie twice now. The first time I watched it, I was probably a little too young. I think I've read the first one, but I don't really want to read them. I'm not fussed about reading them anytime soon. So I'm going to put them in the any time pile, but they're definitely, I want to read them sooner than I want to read Wonder Woman, but we'll see. The next book is The Parson's Daughter, which is a Catherine Cookson book, which I have a lot of these books. I do not have them all on display or in my bedroom. They're all up in the loft. And I have these because they were all my grand's books. These were her favourite books by her favourite author. And my granddad, Pops, he gave them to us. He was just like, Caitlin might want these. And I was like, yeah, Gran liked them. I want to give them a try. So this is definitely in the read this year pile. And then we have the Black Cauldron series by Lloyd Alexander, I think. I'm not sure. These are based on Welsh mythology. The Book of 3 is the first in the Chronicles of the Prydain, a fantasy epic rooted in Welsh mythology. So it's a movie. It's a Disney movie as well. These are the books that came first. I had to read these before I could watch the movie. That was a rule. We always had to read the books before we watched the movie. So Harry Potter, read all the books. The Hobbit, read the book. Lord of the Rings was the first time Dad broke that rule. For good reason. It's a massive book. I have read these before, like I said, but I'm not in a rush to read them. I do want to get to them, but I'm not in a rush to read them this year. The next book is Star Wars Volume 1, Heir to the Empire by, I can't actually see who it's by, Timothy Zahn, I think. So this was my dad's. As you can see, it's not in very good condition because it's very old. Yeah, I do want to get to this. Have I read this one? Or have I read this one? I've read one of them. So I have two of them. I have this one and then Star Wars Jedi Search Volume 1 in the Jedi Academy trilogy. I want to read this one first, I think. This one has Grand Admiral Thrawn in it, which is cool. So I think that's going to be on my hopefully read this year. And then the Jedi Academy one will be on in the read whenever pile. The next book is one I have had for years. It's probably the one that I've owned the longest and still haven't read. And it is The Evolution of Calpurnia Tate by Jacqueline Kelly. I've had this for so long and I haven't read it. I'm going to put this on this year because I need to read it. I then have The Ranger's Apprentice. I've read the first 3 and they were okay. The first one was great. The second one was less great. The third one was meh. And then the fourth one I never really actually read. So these are going to be on the I'm not fussed when I read them pile. Same with Swallows and Amazons. I haven't read this. I have seen the film and it's okay. It doesn't really grip me. And the last 2 books we have down here are A Web of Air by Philip Reeve. I would probably need to read the first one first. I think I got this because I was in London and I picked it up and it's signed by the author. So that is going on the whenever pile. Same as Star Wars New Dawn by John Jackson Miller, forwarded by Dave Filoni. This is about Hera and Kanan, which is one of the reasons I bought it. They are 2 of the main characters in the Rebels series. And that is one of my favourite series. It is one of my favourites. So that's why I bought this. I got, how many chapters did I get? I got 11 chapters in and then never read anymore. So I'm going to put this on the whenever pile because I'm not fussed. We're now getting up here. So I'm going to start off down here. We have Star Wars Jedi Dawn, the Lost Jedi Adventure game book. So this is like a choose your own adventure. I'm going to put this in the read this year pile because I think I might take that with me on holiday. I think it would just be a really fun book to read. We then have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I'm putting this in the read whenever pile. I think it is probably pretty high up on the read whenever pile, but I'm not fussed about reading it this year. We then have the books from Topster, which if you watch my last video, you will know the blurbs for these. You'll know what they're about, kind of. If not, go and check out that video. So we have The Cuckoo Summer by Jonathan Tulloch, I think. I'm putting that in the this year pile. Same with The Sky Over Rebecca by Matthew Fox. The Dark Lady by Alka. I think that's how you pronounce the name, I'm not sure. And Finding Juniper by Kellis Rao. We then have the Princess Poppy series. So we have Ballet Shoes, Fairy Tale Princess, Happily Ever After, Rescue Princess, The Hidden Jewels, Pocket Money Princess, The Big Mix-Up, Haunted Holiday, The Fashion Princess, Pop Star Princess, and Pony Club Princess. Try saying that 5 times fast. Pony Club Princess, Pop Star Princess. These were like one of my favourite books as a kid. And Ellie was gonna put them in the loft, so I said no, I will have them. I might do a readathon with these, you know, this year. I think it would be fun because they're not hard going, they're pretty easy. So maybe I'll do my first 24-hour readathon instead of 48 hours. So I'm gonna make a new pile for this year. We then move on to the Seeing Stone King Arthur trilogy by Kevin Crossley Holland. My dad has been telling me to read these for years. They're like, each chapter is like a page or 2, sometimes 3. So I should probably read this soon. Yeah, we'll put this in the this year pile. Then we have Cherry Crush by Kathy Cassidy. I am not fussed about rereading this. Yes, I would like to get to it soon. No, I'm not fussed if I don't get to it this year. So I'm going to put it in the read whenever pile. We then get to some library books. We have, I'm going to knock those over. We have Anna by Amanda Prowess. or Prowse. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce these names. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your last name. I'm going to put all these library books in the this year pile because obviously I need to read them this year. We have Destination Anywhere by Sarah Bernard. We have After Love by Tanya Bryn. We have Once Upon a Dream by Disney. I don't know who wrote this one. Liz Braswell. Did she write the Let It Go? Where's Let It Go? Let It Go's up there. Or did someone write that? I'm not sure. This I'm actually taking on holiday with me, so this will hopefully definitely get to in the next few weeks. We have The Magpie Society by Zoe Sugg and Amy McCulloch. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. These ones I want to get to this year as well. And then we move into the Emily of New Moon. Emily of New Moon is the first book in the classic Emily trilogy. So yeah, these I would like to get to this year. I think I would like to get to this, at least the first one. I would like to read at least the first one this year. I love Anne of Green Gables. It's one of my favorite series, so hopefully this year. We then have Dune. I would like to read this. I really would. I watched the movie and I was really inspired to read it because the movie was amazing, but then I tried and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it was. We tried to find an audiobook and all we could find was a full cast reading, unabridged one. So if you know where I can find a full unabridged, not unabridged, a full cast unabridged one, it was an abridged copy, so it wasn't the full book. If you know I can find a full audiobook with audio with the whole book in, then please let me know, because I really think that an audiobook would help me read this. But until then, this is going in the whenever pile. We then get to our last two books, which are The Courtship of Princess Leia, which is one of my dad's books. I'm not fussed about getting to that, so that is going in the whenever pile. And then we have my big book of 4 Mary Stuart books. I'm putting this in the this year pile, mainly because I'm taking it on holiday because I would like to read another one while I'm away. So that is what we've got so far. Let me move the camera so you guys can see. This is the piles we're working with. This year, not this year. So I'm going to get to putting these back on the shelf. I'm going to start with the books that I don't want to read this year. We'll get them on the shelf and then I can figure out the books I do want to read this year. Okay, ta-da! So we have the 4 books that I'm taking on holiday, not including the one that I have to buy. We then have Finding Jupiter, The Evolution of Carponia Tate, Anna, Destination Anywhere, the Princess Poppy series for a readathon, The Cuckoo Summer, After Love, The Magpie Society, 1 for Sorrow, The Magpie Society, 2 for Joy, The Sky Over Rebecca, the Arthur Seeing Stone series, including the one about Arthur's World, the Emily of New Moon series. When I say the series, probably just book 1 for now. Not the whole series, it's just that the series is on there so that it looks nice. The Dark Lady, Star Wars, Heir of the Empire, Catherine Cookson, The Parson's Daughter, Jedi Search, Cherry Crash, the Black Cauldron series, Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Courtship of Princess Leia, A New Dawn, Star Wars A New Dawn, Ranger's Apprentice, Dune, Web of Air, Swallows and Amazons, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Book 1 and 2, and Wonder Woman Warbringer. Yay! Thank you for watching this video. It is so dark outside and the ring light has been a real blessing. But yeah, that has been this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. My book club, 2023 book club sign up is open. We will be reading What Are Friends For by Sarah Sasson, which is this beautiful book here. It is a best friends to lovers romance. I adore it. I'm sure you guys will adore it. If you want to sign up, the link is in the description to my Instagram. Once there, you just need to go to the pinned post at the top of my page. In the middle post, you should see like an aesthetic board. That is the sign up post. So to go click on that post and then look in the caption and it should just walk you through signing up. One of the steps is to subscribe to my channel, so please leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!